Now live from Palin Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri, it's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Hey, good morning, friends, and welcome to Wake Up with Greg. Happy Friday to you. It is a beautiful Friday morning out here in Springfield, Missouri. I got to get my chair situated there so I can get up close and you can see me and all that good stuff. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you here today. As I said, it's a beautiful Friday morning. Really crispy in the air this morning again. It does feel like fall, at least in the mornings it does. Weather-wise, it's still going to be hot today. I hear it's even going to be warmer this weekend. So we've got the big, one of the big first fall festivals, the big Ozark Fall Festival coming up this weekend. So going to be doing that, hanging out with some friends, having a good time. And yeah, so it's Friday. You're here, I'm here. We're going to have some fun. Penny is on my way to have coffee in the International Cafe, watching Wake Up with Greg. Where are you? Are you in Guatemala yet, Penny? I don't know where in the world you are. On her way to the Panama Canal. That's pretty awesome. So for those of you new to the show, who are we? What are we doing? This is Wake Up with Greg, my daily morning show. I feel like I'm off center on this screen here. Is it me?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know.
There
All right, there we go. All right, we're getting situated here. Every weekday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, right here on our Palin Music Band and Orchestra YouTube channel. We're here every morning to share the coolest instruments on the internet for you. Excuse me, as I'm choking on my coffee. My apologies. Didn't mean to cough in your ear there. So we have cool saxophones for you today. I'm doing a tower of tenors today. I don't know. I just made that up. All Yamaha tenors. We're doing a tiered level. So we've got an intermediate, a pro, and then a top of the line pro Yamaha tenor. So, and due to recent requests, I'm going to try to play today. I make no promises about how it's going to go. But I will do my best, and hopefully it won't be too embarrassing for y'all. Off the coast of Guatemala, that's where she is. Fantastic. So yeah, in addition to the cool instruments, we share music and fun and laughs and just whatever I want to talk about that day. Could be travel, could be food, could be books, literature, art, whatever comes to my mind. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got some great stuff in store for you, I hope. And we're going to get this party rolling. We do have the live stream chat going on. Already got some people, not playing nice on the chat today. So just a reminder, keep the chat clean and appropriate and family friendly, so that you don't get blocked and we can have a good time and just have a great time with you. So leave your comments, ask your questions in the chat, and I'll give you a shout out and answer your questions for you. Let me know where you're watching from in the world. So yeah, we're here in Springfield, Missouri. I'd like to know where you are, and we can share that with you. And I think I feel like I'm rambling. I'm stopping. The chat kind of threw me off already, guys. Come on, you got to be nice on the chat this morning. Hit the like, the comment, the subscribe, the share, all of those buttons to help us out on the show, and that'll be a great thing for us and for you. I appreciate all the help and support. We got exciting things coming up next week, and I think we'll wait to reveal it next week, what's coming up. But something I'm super excited about. Super excited about today, too, though, because what is today, Jordan? Do we know what today is?
Is it what you told me it was before we started the show? Is that what you're talking about?
Jordan doesn't know what today is. I had to remind him of what it is. It's 10/4 today, October 4th.
National Truckers Appreciation Day.
National Truckers Appreciation Day. Yes, 10/4, good buddy. Heard you loud and clear. So there may be a little bit of a theme in regards to that today. So all you truckers out there, truck driving folks, you may not be watching my show because you're going to crash if you do. So, but we appreciate you for keeping our country rolling and keeping it moving on. I really appreciate that. So props, thumbs up to all the truckers out there. All right, so that's what we've got going on today. So we're probably going to dig into these saxophones. I'm going to give it my best shot performance-wise here and see what happens. But first, I mean, we kind of already acknowledged him, but let's say, really off center today. Let's say good morning to Jordan. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Got big weekend plans? You doing any of the fall festivals or craft fairs, any of that kind of
I
stuff?
didn't know about that. What is the Ozark Fall Festival?
It's I think that goes. I don't know if it starts today, but it's tomorrow and Sunday, and it's just big. It's at the fairgrounds, not the fairgrounds.
The Springfield
No,
Fairgrounds?
Ozark. Down there by the where they do the Christmas lights. You know,
In
the big
Ozark?
park down there in Ozark. Yeah.
I haven't been to that either,
Oh,
but
well.
I'm sure I could find it.
Yeah, you can find it. So they've got food and crafts and
Cool.
fall themed things and all kinds of cool stuff.
Might
So
have to check it out.
you can get you can get your corn on the cob. You can get your
Oh, yeah.
barbecued turkey leg. You can get your root beer. You can
Oh, sounds good.
kettle corn,
Man,
fried pork rinds.
I think I know what I'm doing this weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Got to check it out. Lots of fun stuff there, and there's usually one big one every weekend all around the area here. So if you're all into that fall festival kind of thing, that's what's going on.
Cool.
All right.
10-4.
10-4. 10-4, good buddy.
I don't know how to say this person's name, but they said a joke to you in the
Joke.
in the chat.
Have you heard
DH.
about the gum joke? I heard it really sticks to you. Yes, it does. Max, 10-4, good buddies. Who else is on there in the mix here? Well, we got Penny, we got Max, we got Vincent, we got Mom. Everybody's here. So come on and join us. Jump into the chat and let's have some fun. And I'm going to jump into a saxophone.
Yeah. Well, before the saxophone, though, you got to jump into your shirt and your watch.
I'm in my shirt. You know what? I made a small error in my wardrobe today.
Oh, no.
Being that it's National Truckers Appreciation Day, I should have worn my Convoy T-shirt. It's a T-shirt. It's got a big semi truck on it, and it says, "Looks like we got us a convoy." So I don't know.
It wouldn't have been Tommy
shirt.
Bahama, though.
It's not a Tommy Bahama. It's just a T-shirt, and I don't usually do that on this show. So anyway, I still appreciate the truckers. But let's talk about the shirt. The shirt is Tommy Bahama. I made it all week. In fact, a week plus because I did Tommy Bahama on Friday last week as well. This is my pink and blue Tommy Bahama shirt with all the different kind of leaves and palm fronds and different things we got going on here. I probably don't need to stand up, get close so you can see it. You can tell what's going on with this shirt. It's a super comfy shirt, and I've got the matching socks on. I don't need to show you the socks. You've seen them. But the watch, and I'm really worried about this watch, I'll be honest, because I think it might be dying, like not dying because of the battery, but dying like stopping working. But this is a vintage swatch. This is the Turquoise Bay vintage swatch from 1988, I think. It's just a favorite of mine. I've had it for a long time. I actually had it in high school. Well, not high school, but college. And don't know what happened to it. It disappeared somehow. I don't know if I sold it, gave it away, lost it, whatever. Dan Russell's here. Hello from Texas. Welcome, Dan, to the show. Appreciate you. But anyway, I found this on eBay a few years back because I've been just looking for one. Found a sweet deal on it. And mint condition and running, but now I'm a little worried. And these things can't be serviced, unfortunately, because they're a sealed case. So if it dies, it dies, I guess. I'm kind of sad about that, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep it. Maybe just wear it as a decoration. Who knows? All right, so that's the watch. Vintage swatch, Turquoise Bay. The shirt, Tommy Bahama. Let's dig into some saxophones. I think I can do this with the gloves on. Play a saxophone with the gloves on. We'll give it a shot. See what happens. First item up for grabs. I'm not going to show you the cases. They're just too heavy and awkward to kind of move around on this little set. But trust me, they come in really nice cases. The first one is in a traditional soft-sided case with the backpack straps and the big accessory pockets and all that. Kind of the Cordura or heavy canvas, whatever they want to call it, the black. This is the Yamaha Allegro tenor saxophone. Now, a little tidbit about this one. You're not going to find this one on our website because this is a special instrument for independent dealers like ourselves who, they're not available online. So you can only get them in the store, but you can certainly give me a call at 417-882-7006 if you're interested in one of these horns. This is an intermediate model tenor saxophone. So made by Yamaha, the Yamaha Allegro. So great for an advancing, middle school player or high school player. Probably okay for college as well. Really simple horn, nothing too fancy in the decorations on it. Just a traditional gold lacquer. We've got faux mother of pearl key touches on there. No real fancy engraving, just a little laser etched Allegro logo on the bell there. But this is a great horn. Does this have the rib construction? No, this is a traditional post construction. 2-point bell brace. It does have a detachable bell and bow on there. It does have the high F sharp and the front F, the things that you do want on a pro horn, and it does have your fine adjustments throughout as well. So intermediate level or kind of entry pro, but great for the advancing school student. I'm going to try and see what I can do sound wise on this. If I can do this standing up. Nope. Oh, come on, I've already messed it up. I'm going to try, maybe I need a strap. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to try a strap here because trying to stand that up and play it that way. Oh gosh, we're just, trying something new today, guys. So let's see if this works. These tenors are heavy. All right, strap there. Cinch it up, maybe. All right, standing back. Here we go. Watch out, don't kill myself. Wow, that sounds pretty good for not not having played any saxophones in quite a while. Let's see if I can play a song here. I'm going to try something here. All right. Well, My Funny Valentine. Is it noisy? Is it loud? I can't tell what's going on my end, Jordan.
Sounded all right to me.
Sounds all right. All right. Well, let's see. There we go. All right. So that's saxophone number 1. That is the Yamaha. The model is the YTS 580AL, I think. Yeah. YTS 580AL for Allegro. Intermediate model tenor sax. You won't find it, like I said, on the website, but you can give me a call at 417-882-7006 and find it that way. And, mention me, mention the show, and we'll give you a special deal or maybe throw in something special. Who knows? But I have yet to have somebody mention the show when buying something, so that deal is still out there for anyone who wants it. So that's the Yamaha Allegro, guys. That is horn number 1. So we'll set that one aside and bring up horn number 2 here in just a moment. But what do we got coming up next, Mr. Jordan?
Can you recommend some music to us today?
Yep, I can do that. In fact, I think I'm going to do a twofer today. 2 pieces of music because these 2 songs are the iconic songs of the day for, National Trucker Appreciation Day. Now, why am I talking so much about that? Well, just because, truckers were a big thing when I was a kid. There's a ton of movies about them and lots of music. I mean, my buddy Dave and I, we talk about these, remember those K-Tel records that you could get back in the 70s? Songs, truck driving songs and all of those great things. It was just a big thing in the 70s, it's a Gen X kind of thing, but, truckers are what they are. So musically, let's grab the music for today. Who do we got up here? Penny says I could get a job on a cruise ship. Sounds great. Arnell is here. Good morning, Arnell. Beautiful saxophone. Thank you. All right. So today being 10/4, National Truck Drivers Appreciation Day, I can't go the day without sharing the quintessential trucker song, which is Convoy by the late, great C.W. McCall. CB culture, CB radios, 10/4 Good Buddy and all that chatter that the truckers use to communicate with each other on the road. And there are some great movies that came out, but this was the quintessential truck driving song. It's both sung and then there's the CB talking on the song as well. This little piece of trivia for you. This is my favorite karaoke go-to piece when I do karaoke, when and if I ever do karaoke. I haven't done it very much, but when I do, Convoy is usually the one that I try to do, because nobody's going to do it. Why not? So, you get all the CB lingo in there as well. So that is the song, number one, that I'm sharing with you today, Convoy by C.W. McCall. And then, so we're going to add that to the Wake Up with Greg playlist. Bing, bang, boom, right there. But then there's one other song, which is, again, quintessential to what we've been playing or listening to here today. Let me find it. And it is this guy right here. Whoa. Stop. It's not stopping. I'm going to get in trouble. There we go. Woo. Whoa. The sensors are going to kill me. All right. You probably heard it, a little bit of noise there. Eastbound and Down from the great truck driving movie Smokey and the Bandit by the late, great Jerry Reed. Guys, if you don't know Jerry Reed or who he is or what he's done, you need to look him up, because, man, one of the most amazing guitarists ever. I mean, he's so phenomenal and such a talented musician, a great voice and singer as well. Yet his look doesn't really fit his voice or his talent, but man, Jerry Reed was just great. So the song Eastbound and Down from the soundtrack to the movie Smokey and the Bandit. So you get a twofer today for the Wake Up with Greg recommended songs, because it's National Truck Drivers Appreciation Day. So there you go. You've heard them, you know them. They're famous songs. And if you haven't, then you can give them a listen on the playlist and let me know what you think. So there we go. Sorry about the song starting up. I didn't mean for that to happen. So like I said, I hope we don't get in trouble for that.
It's all good.
You think we're good? We got to talk. We got to figure out that fair use kind of thing, so we can actually share snippets of these songs and not get in trouble doing it. So you guys can hear a little bit and we can enjoy it a little bit more. All right. So that's the music, Convoy and Eastbound and Down. So then let's dig into saxophone number 2 here. And we're going to try this again with the gloves and the mouthpiece. You know what? Let me make sure that ligature is on there tight, because it wanted to come off on the last round. All right, saxophone number 2. Same style case as the last one, just decorated a little bit differently. Got some white stitching on the leather trim and whatnot. I'll be honest, the saxophone's not going to look much different than the previous one, except for some different features and upgrades, and I'll tell you about those. This is the Yamaha YTS 62 Mark III. This has been Yamaha's go-to saxophone for decades now, and they periodically upgrade it with a few things here and there. But very similar features to the last horn, but with some upgraded features. You've got a hand-hammered one-piece yellow brass bell. You do get the beautiful deluxe hand engraving on there. You get the full post-to-rib construction as opposed to just the traditional post construction. So a lot more stable regulation on that. And then are these, yes, you do get natural, are those real? Hard to tell. I think they are. Mother of pearl key touches on this, high F sharp, front F, all of the other bells and whistles that you want on that. Let me set this down and get the neck set up here so I can attempt to make some noise. Hopefully a joyful noise. We'll see. Funny story about this saxophone, for me anyway. My first tenor saxophone was a Yamaha YTS 52 when I was in high school. And I actually, my mom my mom and dad both, I think, helped to pay for it. I can't remember the full details. If I've got that wrong, forgive me. But I was given the choice between two models, the YTS 62, which is this one, and the YTS 52, which is like the Allegro. And I chose the lesser of the two because I thought the engraving was like silly and too flowery. And it was like, I don't want flowers all over my horn. Realizing I was a dumb kid at the time, it was like so stupid. I could have had a professional horn instead of an intermediate one. But anyway, ended up going with that one. And then, I ended up selling that one and getting a vintage tenor saxophone. All right, so let's give this one a shot. This is the Yamaha YTS 62 in the traditional gold finish here. See if I can make something happen here. Got a little bit of a warmer sound, I think, than the other one. I keep going off the screen there. So there you go. You get the idea of that. Let's see. There's that F sharp I keep talking about. All right. Just a little snippet because we don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and jam all day. But that's the Yamaha YTS 62, one of the most reliable, best intonated, most versatile saxophones on the market. And now it comes in like 4 different finishes. You can get it in the gold lacquer. You can get it in the new amber finish, which I've shown. You can get it in the bright silver plated finish. And now it's available unlacquered as well. So, man, such a great option for if you want a horn that you can trust to perform day in and day out forever. This is the horn for you, the YTS 62 by Yamaha. Live, this one is on the website at palinmusic.com or by giving me a call at 417-882-7006 or check out our Reverb page at reverb.com. These all come as outfits with the case, of course, with these new backpack strap style cases. Mouthpiece, hard rubber mouthpiece, cap and ligature, straps, polished cloths, all of the things that you need to get going. So that, I'm just going to set that one there. That's saxophone number 2. I'm going to grab the third one here. Like I said, these things are just monstrous.
Before this last saxophone, can you share something cool with us?
Something cool. Well, I kind of alluded to it already, but yeah, we're going to do that. And I wish I had the other movie that I wanted to share, but we've already talked about it a little bit with the music. But here we go, Smokey and the Bandit. This does fit the theme of what I like to talk about when I'm talking about films on this show, because the music on this movie is just fantastic. All written by Jerry Reed and performed by Jerry Reed. Legendary country artist, one of the most amazing guitarists ever on the planet. Like I said, you've got to check him out. Let's do it. But, this is the quintessential 70s, the macho man, the every man's man, rugged, just good-looking guy. Burt Reynolds, I mean, he was the heartthrob of the 70s for sure. And then, of course, there is no one ever cuter than Sally Field from this time period. I mean, her character, she has the handle Frog in the movie, but she is just adorable in this film and is so much fun. And their chemistry on screen is just it doesn't get any better than that. And the action, the coolest car, one of the coolest movie cars ever, the Pontiac Trans Am with the Bandit, the black with the gold trim. Oh gosh. And then of course, the legend himself, Jackie Gleason, playing Sheriff Buford T. Justice, one of the most politically incorrect people you'll ever know. And, you got to take that into consideration when watching a movie from this time period, because, they say and do a lot of things that probably would not be considered appropriate today in our softer climate, but it's still absolutely hilarious. So, full of action, full of fun, great music, great performances. It's one of the best. I know they did at least one sequel, Smokey and the Bandit 2. There may have been a third one. that probably flopped, would be my guess. They usually do. But fantastic film, guys. So this is just my something cool. There was one other I was going to share with you, but it turns out I don't have it, and that's the movie Convoy, which was based on the song that C.W. McCall did, and it stars the late, great Chris Christopherson, who we just lost this week, sadly, or this last weekend, I think. Phenomenal actor, extremely intelligent guy, fantastic songwriter, performer musically in his own right. The movie Convoy, I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but it's certainly worth a watch. Ali MacGraw, I think, is the female lead in the movie, but it's again from the 70s when the truck driving thing, the CB radio thing was the hottest thing going at that time. So. Well, that's my something cool. I'm going to stop rambling now and get on to this last saxophone. But Smokey and the Bandit, if you haven't watched it, please do. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere out there. And if not, go rent it or buy it. I mean, you can probably find this at a dollar store somewhere, or antique stores selling DVDs for $1. I'm sure it's out there. Let's see. Steve Shortcross Classic. Max, there is a third Smokey and the Bandit. It is not good. Jerry Reed becomes the band. Really? Poor Jerry Reed. Anyway, all right, so that's the last song. Let's something cool. Let's dig into this last saxophone, shall we? I'm going to try this one more time with the gloves on. Now, I've shown this horn recently because we got it in recently. This is a used tenor saxophone we took on trade for a customer that purchased a different model. This is the Yamaha YTS 82Z Custom, and we say it's used, but it looks brand new. I don't think the guy ever played it, to be honest. This one being used, it doesn't come with all of the accessories and mouthpiece and all that, but this is Yamaha's top of the line professional tenor saxophone. Man, it's a bit heavier too. Maybe a heavier gauge brass they use, Italian leather pads, metal tone boosters, mother of pearl key touches, beautiful hand engraving. The 82Z is kind of positioned as their jazz or pop stage horn, whereas the 875 is more of their classical horn. But man, this is just a killer beast of a horn as well. This one does also have the full poster rib construction, fine adjustments throughout, high F sharp front F. You've heard all of the specs a million times on these, but let's see if we can make some noise on this one. See if you can notice any kind of a difference at all. I don't think I've played this one yet, so we'll see how she does. This is the Yamaha YTS 82Z Custom with the gloves on. Taking the gloves off for this, guys. Right off the bat, I feel it's a lot punchier, edgier tone, I think. There you go. What do you think? My dad likes it when I play all the way down to the bottom. He says, you always end on a low note. There you go. We'll make it loud for you, right? Okay. Anyway, that's my little snippet of playing the saxophone for you. I hope it wasn't too bad. Too bad. But all great saxophones, great choices for advancing school players or professional players. Certainly this last one, and with the last two really are top grade professional horns. All available on the website right now. And this one, because it's used, it is a sweet deal. So you need to snatch it up right now if you need a horn. Of course, we're in the full swing of back to school season. Plus, we've got our step up season coming up where people are upgrading their student instruments to the next level. And so you can give me a call and we can chat about that. I would love to do that. I'm going to take this neck strap off now because it interferes with my my fashion sense here. So anyway, there we go. So how we doing on time? We're actually doing okay on time. I'm looking at it. I thought I was rambling a lot today, but I guess not. If you didn't recognize the song I was playing because of the way I played it, or you just didn't know it, My Funny Valentine is the song, a classic standard, a very famous rendition done by Chet Baker, trumpet player, but he did a vocal of it. And pulled that from the Real Book. If you guys are in the music world, you've probably heard of the Real Book. The Real Book is a fake book. What is a fake book? Well, a fake book is the real book. So, little quick history since I do have the time. A fake book is a book of music put together of what they call lead sheets, which basically is just the basic structure of the song, the basic lyrics, the basic chord structure, the basic melody, so that you can put it together and then you can riff on it, you can jam. So back in the 70s and 80s, maybe even earlier, there was the fake book that they called the Real Book, because it was like there was one that people had put together, but it wasn't legal. It was basically infringing on copyrights like all over the place. So you had to go through it. Like today, you'd have to go to the dark web to get to get it or something like that. But they ended up somehow the music industry caught on and were like, okay, well, we can make some money off of this. So they got the real book that was put together, underhandedly, subversively, whatever, and reproduced it in a legal form so that the people that wrote these songs and performed these songs get their just dues. And but now it's available. There's like 6 volumes, maybe more, of just the standard Real Book. And then there's dozens of others. You can get, the blues book and the Christmas book and the whatever. I mean, just tons and tons of the Latin Real Book, whatever. Yeah, makes it fun, makes it easy. But that's a little bit of history on the real fake book, the fake Real Book, whatever you want to call it. All right. So what else we got on the chat? Everybody still with me? Fantastic. What's left, Jordan? Now that I'm still rambling.
Yeah, can you share some wisdom with us?
Yeah, this comes from an actress. She's a special actress to me, I think, because we are generationally linked. We'll put it that way. She was certainly the princess of the 80s, the incomparable Molly Ringwald. You remember her from Breakfast Club. You remember her from 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. Several other classic 80s movies. Certainly one of the founding members of the, I wouldn't say a founding member. They didn't create it themselves. They were given this moniker, but the Brat Pack, you remember from the 80s. But this is what she says about music, and I think this is kind of cool. She says, I like to say jazz music is kind of like my musical equivalent of comfort food. It's always where I go back to when I just want to feel sort of grounded. And I think that's true of many different styles of music. I don't think it's for jazz, because it's personal. Everybody's got their thing, the music that they go back to time and time again to just kind of recenter yourself, to ground yourself, to remember your place in the world. And jazz certainly is that for me. Of course, primarily big band swing era stuff, Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, that kind of stuff. But or some of the fusion groups, like, of course, my favorite, Spyro Gyra, Weather Report, Yellow Jackets, some of the others. I go back to that stuff a lot because those were my formative years musically, and that was the stuff I was introduced to, and that's makes me feel grounded. So I'll read it one more time just so you understand what she says. I like to say jazz music is kind of like my musical equivalent of comfort food. It's always where I go back to when I just want to feel sort of grounded. So there you go. What's your comfort food? Your musical comfort food? Let me know. I'd be curious to know. Well, guys, that's it. My buddy Nate just walked through the door. Hi, Nate. Hello. There he is. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's back. He's back there in the back. Check out his show, Chords and Coffee, on one of our other channels here. He's my good buddy. Love him to death. So that's the show, folks. We're going to wrap this up for the week. And remind you, we'll be back here again Monday morning doing this all over again, 8:30 a.m. Central, right here on our Palin Music Band and Orchestra channel. And so let me leave you with this last parting thought. Helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.